Upper Montclair. Hi, I'm Victor Muniz and welcome to the Morning Bus here at 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. I'm joined here by my beautiful team, Cam Martin, Joe Verga, right?
Verga,
Verga, and Tanner Price.
Yeah.
Okay, Tanner Price, Joe Verga, Cam Martin, and yours truly, Victor Muniz Rosa. How you guys doing? How's the morning?
Well, I was up to like almost 2 o'clock cleaning last night, so that was fun.
I imagine.
Nice. So that I couldn't do morning madhouse this morning, but you know what? We'll be back to our regular schedule program next week because I'm gonna make sure I get to all my cleaning by 10 o'clock.
How about you, Joe? How you doing?
Pretty good. I really didn't sleep last night.
Wendy's. See, you can tell.
Yeah.
Let's sleep the prime high five.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on.
Yeah. How about you, Tanner?
Yeah, I didn't really sleep much either.
Oh my god, triplets!
I was trying to, and I couldn't, and it was not good.
Oh my god, we're triplets. Welcome to college.
Welcome to college. That's the perfect way to introduce college. But I'm gonna introduce the newscast, which is being taken over by Cam. So Cam, whenever you're ready.
All right. So in national news, President Biden said the United States will defend Taiwan if China launches an unprecedented attack. The president said in an interview on 60 Minutes that he will, in fact, look out for, yes, if and in fact there was an unprecedented attack, Biden responded. However, Biden is not going to Biden also said later in the interview, quote, Taiwan makes their own judgments about their independence. We are not moving. We are not encouraging their being independent. We're not. That is their decision. So we are going to see what that's going to entail. And New Jersey news, a high school teacher is suing the Hackensack Public School District alleging race reasons. A special ed teacher who had all the qualifications in the world is being short on that, and it's just another example of race prejudice.
Okay.
And local news, the Montclair State Field Hockey Team welcomed back their 2012 national runner-up team. The 2022 Redhawks won yesterday against RPI 3-0. We had Carly Amerman, who had 2 goals and another assist. And in weather, there will be an overall cloudy day with a high of 83 degrees and a low 65 degrees with a 20% chance of rain around 9 p.m. That's your newscast. Back to you, Victor.
Of course, and I wanted to add something before we go to our sportscast. England football legend David Beckham queued for 13 hours to pay his respects to the Queen, according to CNN. And David Beckham paid his respect to Queen Elizabeth on Friday afternoon after queuing for hours alongside other members of the public. So everybody's paying their respects, including David Beckham. But we're going back to sports. So Tanner, what's up?
Since 2009, the Jets, Giants, Mets, and Yankees have not won a game on the same day. All 4 played yesterday. So could they break this streak? First off, we have the Jets. The Jets traveled to Cleveland to play the Browns. The Jets looked early as if they were going to 0-2. Down 30-17 with 1:22 left, Corey Davis scored a touchdown to make it a 30-24 game. They still needed to recover the onside kick, however. And well, they did. With 22 seconds remaining, Joe Flacco fired a 15-yard pass to rookie Garrett Wilson, and Greg Zuerlein kicked the extra point to give the Jets a 31-30 lead. Safety Ashton Davis sealed the miracle victory with an interception. 31-30 Jets win. The Jets host the defending AFC champ Cincinnati Bengals next week. The Giants look to improve to 2-0 against the Panthers. They kicked off the home opener with a fumble recovery on the opening kickoff, but however would find themselves down 13-6. They were able to rally and tie the game at 16-6 with 3:46 left when Graham Gano kicked what would be the game winner, and Big Blue got the 19-16 win. The Giants will play next week on Monday Night Football versus the arch-rival Dallas Cowboys. The Mets sent ace Jacob deGrom to the mound to complete a 4-game sweep of the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Mets got up to an early 3-0 lead, but Pirates rookie O'Neal Cruz hit a 3-run homer in the top of the 6th to tie it. The game remained scoreless until the bottom of the 8th when Brandon Nimmo gave the Mets a 4-3 lead. The Mets would tack on 3 more, and Trevor May closed out a 7-3 win. The Mets broke a franchise record and tied an MLB record of most strikeouts in a 9-inning game with 20 combined from 4 pitchers. The Mets start a 3-game set in Milwaukee tonight, and with a win, can clinch a playoff spot.
Let's go Mets! Woo!
The Yankees look to avoid a 3-game sweep in Milwaukee. They were down early, but the offense shortly showed up. Aaron Judge went 4 for 5 and hit his 58th and 59th home run, and is just 2 away from tying Roger Maris's 61 home runs, which is the most in Yankees history and American League history. The Brewers' offense also showed up, but it wasn't enough. The Yankees won by a score of 12-8 and start a 2-game set versus the Pirates on Tuesday. The Las Vegas Aces are your 2022 WNBA champions. The Aces earned their first title by defeating the Connecticut Suns 78-71 and 3-1 in a best-of-5 series. Chelsea Gray was named Finals MVP. Congratulations to the Aces organization. Bad news for the 49ers is quarterback Trey Lance will need season-ending ankle surgery. Lance suffered the injury with 2:20 left in the first quarter of the Niners' 27-7 win over the Seahawks. Jimmy Garoppolo is back under center for the 49ers. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Tanner, and thank you, Cam Martin, for taking over the newscast. But now we're going through a story that affects me personally called the Hurricane Fiona Fallout. Hurricane Fiona made landfall Sunday in southwestern Puerto Rico, shortly after the entire island lost power. The timing was eerie. It has been nearly 5 years to the day after Hurricane Maria ravaged the U.S. territory. The Category 1 storm reached Puerto Rico at 3:20 p.m., bringing maximum sustained winds of 85 miles per hour. The system is expected to unleash historic rainfall of up to 30 inches, widespread flooding, and dangerous mudslides. Puerto Rico Governor Pedro Pierluisi said the damages that we are seeing are catastrophic. In the central mountain town of Utuado, the storm washed away a bridge that police say was installed by the National Guard after Hurricane Maria hit on September 20, 2017. The Luma Energy, the company that operates power transmission and distribution, said fierce winds disrupted transmission lines, leading to a blackout on all the island. Fully restoring power could take several days, which might as well be their catchphrase, considering they are constantly leaving customers without power. President Joe Biden declared a state of emergency on the territory, home to 3.2 million people, and for those who want to conveniently forget, 3.2 million Americans, because Puerto Ricans are U.S. citizens. The eye of Fiona was heading northwest toward the eastern part of the Dominican Republic and was expected to roar near the country's northern coast Monday before turning towards the east of the Turks and the Caicos Islands on Tuesday. Well, I was there when Hurricane Maria happened, and it's a stressful situation because I have my family still there, and I'd be lying if I'm not affected by this story. I'd be lying. And right now, before we started the show, I tried to call my mom. She didn't answer, probably because she has no phone battery and she has no electricity, so she can't charge her phone. But I know she's okay. The last time I talked, she was okay. So, everything's good. But yeah, it's very disheartening, everything that's happening, especially with since after Hurricane Maria, the power grid got weakened. So every time, this is a small hurricane compared to Maria. So every time like a small wind happens, a small storm, we are days without power, and this is one of them. So it's very difficult, but it's what happens in Puerto Rico. What do you guys think?
It's absolutely heartbreaking to see something like that, because at the end of the day, like you said, like the point you hit home is that they are U.S. citizens, and we as a fellow American, you gotta look out for the fellow Americans. It's always been the way the world has been, the way America has been formed. It's always united. We the people in the United States, we are united no matter what. And I don't know why we don't have a strong infrastructure for. I understand that we have a lot of issues, in the United States, but at the end of the day, we gotta look out for all Americans, not just these Americans over here, a little bit over here. We gotta look out for everybody. Exactly. And at the end of the day, does that mean we gotta have strong infrastructure? Yes, we gotta get a strong infrastructure for everybody, so the quality of life for Americans it's greater.
Yeah, and the biggest problem is that, as I said before, Luma Energy is a company, a private owned company that came to Puerto Rico after Hurricane Maria, and they signed a contract on 2021. They started, working in Puerto Rico, and they promised that they would bring better conditions for the power grid, but that hasn't happened. And the sad thing is that we're paying more and more. In the United States, we are the one of the most, we are the people who pay most for electricity, and we're
True.
not getting the service, which is horrible. We're paying a lot of money, and we're still sometimes not getting the service. And it's understandable that during a hurricane there's no electricity. That happens all the time. But in a normal day, sunny day like yesterday in Montclair, sometimes in Puerto Rico, there's no electricity.
Wow.
And there's no explanation for that. We understand Hurricane Fiona right now, but during the day, on a normal sunny day, there's no electricity. That's insane. And that happens all the time in Puerto Rico. So we hope that, it gets better. The power grid gets better. It gets renovated. We start using clean energy like sun, water, and stuff like that. And, I hope for the best for Puerto Rico. And yeah, it affects me deeply. So I'm very passionate about it. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, just natural disasters in general can be so detrimental to like environments and all that kind of stuff, and especially when you don't have good like power grid and stuff like that, like they do have in Puerto Rico, unfortunately. You can see it that gets worse with every oncoming hurricane that they get.
Yeah. How about you, Tanner?
I mean, yeah, I've had, there's been the occasional hurricane that comes through like New Jersey, and that's the only time that I've ever experienced something like that. And it was on shore, and I live like at least 40 minutes, like the other, like I'm not in a shore town. I've been to places afterwards, but I can't imagine how it is when it's like right over your head. I don't even want to try to imagine that. And I know you said you've experienced it before. I don't even want to try to.
Oh, it's very, I don't like saying traumatic, but it is.
Mhm.
It is traumatic because, imagine going to sleep in a normal, everything's okay. And then when you wake up, you see everything on the floor,
Yeah.
all the trees on the floor.
Yeah.
The streets are covered by trees. You can't pass through with your car, and there's no electricity,
Mhm.
there's no water. So it was, for me in Hurricane Maria, it was hard. I was
Mhm.
2 months without electricity.
2 months.
Uh,
Wow.
2 months, yeah. While they, put everything together with, little band-aids. And then, we know the story, it's still affected. So yeah, let's go to the next story. This is a story I'm less passionate about, so I'll leave it
That's
to
fair.
Cam.
So okay, yes, I'll take the reins. All right, so boom, right? Queen Watch. Today's episode of Queen Watch has this. President Joe Biden paid his respects to Her Majesty the Queen's coffin on Sunday as thousands of police, hundreds of British troops, and army officials made final preparations for the Queen's state funeral. Biden called Queen Elizabeth II, quote, decent and honorable, and all about service, as he signed the condolence book saying his heart went out to the royal family. Jill Biden also wrote, the Queen Elizabeth lived her life for the people. She served with wisdom and grace. We will never forget her warmth, kindness, and the conversations we shared. Britain and the world will say their final goodbyes to Queen Elizabeth at a state funeral Monday that drew presidents and kings, princes and prime ministers, and crowds who massed along the streets of London to honor a monarch whose 70-year reign defined an age. A day packed with events in London and Windsor began early when the doors of the 900-year-old Westminster Hall were closed to mourners after hundreds of thousands had filled the front of her flag-draped coffin. Many waited for hours in line, including through cold nights, to attend the lying in the state and the outpouring collective grief and respect. In a country known for pomp and pageantry, the first state funeral since Winston Churchill was filled with a spectacle. 142 Royal Navy sailors drew gun carriage carrying Queen Elizabeth's coffin to Westminster Abbey, with King Charles III and his sons, Princes William and Harry, walking behind him as bagpipers played. Pallbearers carried the coffin into the abbey, where 2,000 people, ranging from world leaders to healthcare workers, gathered to mourn her. Ahead of the service, a bell tolled 96 times, 1 minute for each year of her life. Monday has been declared a public holiday in honor of Elizabeth, who died September 8th, and hundreds of thousands of people descended on central London to partake in the historic moment. Long before service began, city authorities said viewing areas along the route of the funeral procession were full. First off, this outpouring honor and love from literally everybody from Queen Elizabeth. It's one. It just shows you the kind of person she was to the world, because you see all these people. But hey, man, I still don't have the exact moral feeling. Today has been declared as a national holiday. I apologize. She's on her way currently to her final resting place. I forget that London is 700 hours ahead of us.
Yeah.
So, but yes, she's on her way right now. But yeah, like I said, I'm indifferent to the Queen's passing. This is my opinion does not reflect the station one bit. I literally I don't see, and I guess because I'm not that. I guess I'm not gonna say I'm ignorant, but I'm not.
Yeah, you're not involved with
I'm not
with
I'm not
British
heavy.
politics. Yeah.
Like I can't say I don't care, because that's kind of rude to say,
Mhm.
out of respect to the Queen, of course. It's not that I don't care. It's just it doesn't impact my life.
Mhm.
Yeah, it doesn't impact our lives
Like,
either. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I-
mean, I have my grandma, she's from England,
Oh,
and I could see how that would affect me personally. I've never cared about anything that the royal family. I just don't.
We're
you don't follow it.
I'm just like, they're not. I could see how it could be a big, how they could be big in world politics, but they're Britain has a prime minister.
exactly. It's like,
They
this
don't.
is the
They really don't do anything.
What is
that's just the face. That's just the face. The face.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it
just
is.
the face that goes
Yeah,
on
it's the
money?
frosting on the cake.
Yeah, the royal family is literally there just for show.
Yeah,
Like they have no say in parliament or anything. I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure.
yeah.
It is.
Which I don't.
Like,
I never got why. I never was. I never got why it was such a massive deal, and I get why. Yeah, I get why. One of them passing away is
our
it's the longest serving
it's
monarch.
we're seeing history, but it's like, wow. So of course, so we got our insider, our Queen Annabelle Poland. She said that I was having a conversation with her kid. The monarch in the UK is the head of the church, so the role is like the Pope for Christianity. That's the best analogy I could say. That's probably the best analogy I could hear, because I didn't understand, I thought they were just the face of the UK. I did not know that. So thank you, Annabella. We
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Thank you to our general manager.
Thanks,
And
Annabella.
yeah, so we're gonna go to a quick musical break, but I decided to choose a specific song because when in darkness, there's always light. And besides, Puerto Rico going through a hard time, there's always the light. So here comes the sun by the Beatles.
Great song. Mute, 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 mute. technique.
Okay, I'm back. Facebook, we're back. I'm sorry. I'm still getting adjusted
No,
to
it's all
it.
good. Listen, like it took me a month.
Yeah,
Just
the amount of L's he got just from
I should
forgetting to
pop
unmute
you.
the own.
yeah.
Do it. Okay.
So yeah, as we were talking before, the queen passed away, and I hope she's in a better place. Anyways, migrant updates. Authorities in Massachusetts said that they have requested a federal human trafficking probe after Florida Governor Ron DeSantis sent out about 50 migrants to Martha's Vineyard to shine a national spotlight on immigration issues. State Representative Dylan Fernandez tweeted Sunday, "We are requesting that the Department of Justice opens an investigation to hold DeSantis and others accountable for this inhumane act. Not only is it morally criminal, that there are legal implications around fraud, kidnapping, deprivation of liberty, and human trafficking." The migrants were picked up in Texas, but DeSantis said the flights were part of a $12 million Florida program to transport undocumented immigrants to so-called sanctuary destinations. DeSantis denied claims that the migrants were duped into taking the flights with promises of jobs that did not exist. And he said he was perplexed to hear that President Joe Biden was surging resources to the Texas border in response to the flights. Senator Dick Durbin also slammed DeSantis, saying, "I met with the people who came off the buses. I sat down with one of the families and they told me the story," Durbin said. "It is pathetic that these governors are taking advantage of these helpless people, making promises to them to get on the bus and life is just going to be fine. And off they go to places far removed from where they're supposed to be, operating under the requirements of our law in a matter of weeks and months." When I read this story before, we came here in the morning bus, I was like, this really happened. Like a governor was like, "Oh, let's just make a statement by using helpless people."
Yeah.
And I don't know how is this legal. Like, yeah, they're talking about the legal repercussions, but we'll see. What do you think, Tanner?
Well, it's basically just reworded. It's trafficking.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah.
No new information was learned.
I don't. I don't get how. I don't get how there is someone in this world that just is like, yeah, I'm gonna make a statement. I'm gonna put 50 people. I'm just gonna send them to somewhere that they don't know. I'm just gonna send them to whatever, Martha's Vineyard.
It's really insane what's happening. Like, why would you do that
like,
to help? Like, what's the point?
What's the point? What's the point of this? And I think my favorite part of it is that I see online, I see people, because I believe the National Guard came in to help and like help aid and like give these people, a place to live. And it was, and I saw people on Twitter, like Republican people, were like, "Yeah, look at Martha's Vineyard. They don't want them here." And all the replies were, "No, the National Guard is taking them to a place where they could get help and get food and get what they need to live." I don't get how someone can have that much hate to people that you could just
especially because they're like they're immigrants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. What do you think, Cam and Joe? What do you think about this story?
Well, honestly, it's just disheartening to see that someone who is going to be a presidential candidate in literally 2 years' time is saying all this about migrants. Like,
well, I don't know if it's confirmed, but it's in talks. It's in talks. Like, yeah,
he's one of the favorites. So it's like, okay, word. Like, you want to be all like that? Okay, cool. Now the problem is we live in America, and there's a lot of people in America who say, take the immigrants back. Aren't y'all all part of immigrant? Aren't y'all like all?
Yeah, the Santis sounds like that. Yeah,
like in America built on immigration. Like, what is, like, y'all live here? Like, what's good with y'all? But it's I'm glad that people are stepping up to DeSantis, because it's like, I have not really like if I really have not really heard much discredit to DeSantis. Like everyone in Florida loves him, which is it tells you a lot about Florida.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's just like what like to see people actually step up to DeSantis and having more people. Maybe the Republican Party might be a turning point for the Republican Party. Who knows? Probably not, because
Yeah, who
Yeah.
knows what's gonna happen?
Yeah, but like this, like even reading this, like again, like this feels like something like out of like a crazy story that like you make up or like around.
Yeah,
a
it seems like a
campfire.
story from South Park. Like,
Yeah.
It feels like some
Yeah.
story that only the craziest people could make up. But
Trey
the fact
Parker
that
and Matt Stone is creating the story right now.
Yeah.
yeah, but the fact that this actually happened, like, puts like, as you said, Cam, before, like it's very disheartening to see that we're doing this to other people that are in America, especially with people that don't have like current stable living situation like the immigrants do.
yeah. So we'll see what happens. Like, I think they should have legal repercussions. This is my opinion,
Mhm.
and we'll see what happens with Ron DeSantis and everybody who was involved in doing this type of stuff. But did we beat COVID?
No. Whoa. Did we? Great question. It's still a thing, but we're gonna see.
We'll see. We'll see.
But according to President Joe Biden, he believes the pandemic is over. Right. In the craziest episode of 60 Minutes, because of a whole lot of things came out of 60 Minutes last night.
Mm-hmm.
The president did acknowledge that the U.S. still has a problem with the virus that has killed more than 1 billion Americans. But he said the pandemic is over. We still have a problem with COVID. We're still doing a lot of work on it, but the pandemic is over. If you guys don't know, the term pandemic is a global wide thing. It's probably leveled down a little bit. So good job, great work, people, great work, team.
Mm-hmm.
The U.S. government still designates COVID-19 as a public health emergency, and the World Health Organization says it remains a public health emergency of international concerns. But the president's comments follow other hopeful comments of global world leaders. For example, Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, the Director General of the World Health Organization, said in a news briefing that last week that the end of the COVID pandemic was in sight, and that the world has never been in a better position to end the COVID-19 pandemic. Last month, the CDC adjusted its COVID-19 guidance to urge the nation away from measures such as quarantines and social distancing, and instead of focusing on reducing the severe disease from COVID-19. But the agency says some people, including those who are older, immunocompromised, have certain disabilities or underlying health conditions, are at higher risk for serious illness and may need to take more precautions. According to Johns Hopkins University, there are about 65,000 new COVID cases reported each day over the past 2 weeks.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, COVID is still a thing. And I don't know what's the thing about not being a pandemic anymore. It's kind of like, it feels weird. At the same time, like, whoa, we're already,
Yeah, definitely.
it is like, really? Is it over? And we still know people who have COVID. Like, it's weird. Like, now we're getting, now it's part of our lives, basically.
Yeah.
Like, now it's like the flu for now. So, like, if you got COVID, then, it's part, shake it off, I guess, or, do the things you have to do, quarantine and stuff like that. But yeah, it's basically the flu now. It's not even a big thing anymore.
Although the thing here that was the pandemic is over. I wonder in how long does like the CDC say if you have COVID you could work or do something? Because if Biden is saying it's over, I is he just saying it for talking, just for like
Just to feel good about himself?
just to say, hey, we did it? Yeah.
It's like that. Like
Say we did it, Joe.
Yeah, you maybe it's like you're saying like it's maybe like a political move and not like really
it's like former President George Bush having the mission accomplished in the background.
Yeah.
COVID's rolling, hey! Like,
So I feel like it's a little weird to say it's over, yet it still said there's 65,000 people getting it.
He's probably referring to the overall term of use pandemic.
Yeah.
Like it's not. Wouldn't say it's affected. Like I said, like it's probably affecting more countries still, but the overall term pandemic is probably no longer probably that phrase probably, or it's probably just an epidemic now. Just a
Yeah, it's an endemic phase.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not as serious as pandemic, but still it's pretty
It's like
serious.
it's like a moderate level of pandemic. It's like I wouldn't say it's like it's all good because it's still pandemic. It's probably like the lowest tier of pandemic.
And second.
Yeah, definitely that makes sense. And especially since how many people are still getting COVID. It's obviously still present, and especially since the CDC still
Exists.
well not well
No,
CDC
no.
doesn't exist no matter what. But since this CDC still claims it as a
Pandemic.
public health emergency.
Oh, so
Not a pandemic. Since they still claim it as a public health emergency, I wouldn't be surprised if eventually could numbers spike back up again and we go back from public health emergency to pandemic.
better not. We better not.
We better not.
Also, I just got clarification of what an endemic is. Shout out to Annabelle once again. So, where did this go? An endemic is can this load? An endemic was rarely found among particular people or in a certain area. So, yeah, vibes.
We have a note from our producer Isaiah said the U.S. has a chance to move from being a pandemic to an endemic, which means that the disease is still around, but that it's at a level that is not causing significant disruption in our daily lives.
Oh yeah. So
it still exists, but
it's still there. Still there.
Yeah.
Still there. Well, we're going to our next story. And well, not our next story. We're going to a little, we're getting to that. Let's get to the story and then we'll go on a quick break. So no more finesse. A popular supermarket chain in New Jersey has decided to end its checkout app as of Sunday. Wegmans has released their self-checkout app in 2019 and was usable as of last week at 9 locations in New Jersey at 107 nationwide. The self-checkout app known as Wegmans Scan was made for customers who wanted to skip the lines at the grocery stores. Customers were able to bag, scan, and pay for groceries, then leave the store. Other supermarkets have made this possible as well with their apps, and even Amazon has created a store where you don't scan anything. Unfortunately, the losses we are experiencing prevent us from continuing to make it available in its current state. We've made the decision to turn off the app until we can make improvements that will meet the needs of our customers and businesses. So what do you guys think about that?
A self-scanning check. Listen, I think we had this story.
What?
I think is it you? I had a story with you or I had it with Isaiah. I forget. It was I did the buzz and I did a story about Amazon doing this with the I think it was
the Amazon Fresh store.
Yeah. So we had a story similar to this back many moons ago, spring semester. But like it's one of those things where it's like, okay, cool. Like I always it's kind of crazy to think that you could pay without but you could pay through an app. Like that's like some next level technology right there. Like that just baffles me. But it's one of those things where it's like I like the future, but at the same time I'm concerned about the future.
Yeah, this is interesting in a way that you don't have to interact with people basically, but at the same time we need public interaction. It's like social interaction.
Like,
so I find for me it's like in a weird spot right now.
It's indifferent. It's bittersweet to me because it's like cool. I'm allowed to see people. It's like, oh, wait a minute, I don't get to see people. Sad face. But like I think Isaiah said before that no matter what, people are still. I'm not saying they're gonna lose jobs. Like people are still gonna need to be used to. They still got to stock floors. That do all that stuff. And we've all been to stores. We all been to grocery stores. Every single store, right? We all been there, right?
Yeah, and usually like
those lines are crazy.
Yeah, and usually the self-checkout machines are like
they'll shut down.
They shut
always shut
down,
down.
or like something happens, so they need a person there to
Yeah,
They always bug out.
that was me.
But I'm excited to see what's up with that.
Yeah,
And Wegmans, maybe we might get a customer from there.
yeah, we'll see. So we're gonna go to a quick break and we'll be right back. Hello. I know.
it's
Don't
all
worry
on
about it.
Facebook.
Don't worry about it. Hey,
Yeah, I know,
Facebook.
I know.
Anyways, shout out to Isaiah Ramirez for that. All the feels. So, Cam, we have a feature story.
Yes, we do. And last week we celebrated something we haven't been able to celebrate in 24 years. That's right, my 24th birthday. Okay, I'm lying.
I was about to say.
But better than that, the 24th anniversary of Mulan. Okay, so while that's all great and all, we should focus on an event even bigger than that.
Yes, please.
WMSC had live coverage of President Coppell's investiture. Our team interviewed so many great people from coaches, professors, and alumni. At our booth outside the SEM building, we had a special guest to give us a sneak preview of the upcoming baseball season. That's right, head coach of the Mount State baseball team, Dave Lorber.
Let's get ready.
We have a very special guest. I'm wearing a headset that oftentimes coaches wear because that's how they do. But we have the baseball coach of Montclair State, Dave Larber. Welcome to the show.
Thanks so much for having me.
Now,
Thank you.
We're here on the president's investiture. It's a beautiful day. The weather's nice. You're wearing sunglasses, which means it's probably sunny. How are you feeling today? Are you excited for the activities going on campus?
Yeah, absolutely. The campus is full of energy right now. It's an unbelievable day, as you mentioned. Sun is out. It's a little cooler today. You're starting to feel that air, which we're getting ready for MLB playoffs coming up soon.
Absolutely.
We're excited about our falls kicking off soon here at Yogi Bear Stadium, so we're excited about that. So it's going to be a great day. Excited for our president to have his investiture today, and it's going to be great for the Red Hawk community.
Yeah, I mean, here at 90.3 WMBC up in Montclair, it is we're really celebrating the festivities going on today, and I'd love to hear more about that, but I'll ask you that a little bit later. You're a baseball coach. You mentioned MLB baseball. First, we'll do a preview of Montclair State. What do you think about the program right now? Is it a really great establishment? Are you liking what you're building upon year after year? How is baseball doing as of now?
Yeah, we're excited about the present and about the future here. Obviously coming off our first regional appearance since 2009 last year was a huge step for this program. So I'm excited about our current players. I'm excited for our alumni. I'm excited for us getting back to the heyday of what Montclair State baseball was. Obviously, there's a rich tradition with 3 national championships in our past. So I think last year was a really good piece of moving us forward to be at that national stage every year. So we're excited about that, and we can't wait for the entire community and campus to come out and support us at Yogi Bear Stadium.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Now, I have a quick question. What is the key to 4? We mentioned the 3 national championships, and oftentimes that's what sports media likes to focus on is the big picture, the big championship game. So what do you think are some keys to build towards that 4th championship?
Yeah, it comes down to people, right? It comes down to recruiting high-level, talented student athletes and then developing them when they get here, making them better people, making them better baseball players, building a real team camaraderie. And once we have those pieces in place, it's about execution. And then it's about having fun, right? Your passion, enjoying going out there and playing with a free spirit or all those things that we talk about. So, the more you can build that sense of calm and belief in the players, the more we're going to thrive under those pressure
Yeah, and we have 2
situations
more
later on
after
down the road.
Yeah.
100%.
Definitely. I know we can't stop talking about today, and don't get me wrong, this is such an important day. But what's the team looking like for spring 2023? I gotta know.
Yeah, we return a really nice core. We returned 6 all-conference players from last year's team. So we're excited about that. We've been able to add some really talented young players as well, including some transfers. So, how that all melds together, that's kind of the fun piece of it over the next couple months. And then we'll kick off down in Aberdeen, Maryland, with a round robin tournament the last weekend in February and see where the chips fall. But we're excited about it. I think we've got some really nice pieces in place, and we'll make a nice push for the NJAC championships.
That's awesome. And I'm excited to see how spring 2023 goes. But I'm curious to know, you mentioned it a little bit earlier. We're in time, really a baseball fan's dream, October playoffs, Now, you're heading into that as a fan. I imagine yourself as baseball coach. What are some predictions that you think that we can expect to see during the playoffs, and perhaps even some World Series predictions?
I'll hate to burst your bubble a little bit. I do not follow MLB baseball as closely as people think I do. I think what Aaron Judge is doing for the game is unbelievable right now. I'll say that. But what I've actually studied more on is some of the managers, like a Joe Madden type guy. And I think the analytics piece of what's going on in Major League Baseball is an interesting thing. I saw the ban of the shift that they have just announced. Hate it. I hate that they banned the shift. I love the shift. I love defensive placements. So I went a little bit off from my postseason thoughts for you, but those are my MLB current thoughts.
Now you
Nice.
mentioned that, and that is like the shift is a very strategic strategy that obviously players and coaches would utilize. Now, how does that really feel as like a coach? Because it seems like for a time you're able to kind of scheme and manage, and then they take it away. How would you respond to that if you were a manager of a baseball team?
Yeah, well, thankfully we're not in the MLB, so we can kind of put as many guys wherever we want, whenever we want. But I think that all goes into your preparation, your game plan, and your scouting to kind of find out what you can do better than the other side. And I think, you know, any advantage that you can exploit against any opponent is a wonderful thing. So, you know, I'm glad that I don't have to do that. I think in the MLB game, I think you're going to see more offense now. Which I think might be counter intuitive to what they're trying to accomplish, which is speeding the game up. But now that you're going to eliminate the shift, I think you're going to get some guys who get a little pull happy and can get some balls through the pull side. And I think that scoring is going to go up. So I think it's going to be a little bit of an exciting brand for sure.
Definitely. I just want to run it back to home plate really quick. So what is the motivation for Montclair State's baseball team for the next season?
Yeah, I think it's a part of what we're talking about is remembering the past, to honor our former alumni, and then to rewrite our own future and what that looks like. So one of the biggest things that we're talking about this year is really honing in on what those who've come before us did, how they accomplished it, and then how we can live up to those standards and those expectations and then go past that.
No, absolutely. Now I've been around the sports world for a while, and by around I mean I've like watched ESPN before. Now, I've noticed that a lot of our best athletes are gravitating towards sports like football or basketball, and even now soccer is on the rise within this country. How do we get the youth to really participate more in a game like baseball and want to be a part of college athletics in baseball or in the MLB one day?
Yeah, I think youth sports as a whole is interesting right now because you're getting into a situation where people are specializing in one sport earlier on, where probably 20 years ago or so, children played 3 sports a year: football, basketball, baseball, soccer, and they would try a lot of other things. I think now kids are trying to kind of find their niche early. So what I think we need to do is get back to opening up more cheaper avenues for children to try to play sports earlier in their careers, try more sports. But I think the affordability factor of youth sports is one thing that needs to be addressed in order to give more opportunities for students to play more sports. You know, travel baseball as a whole, it's a great thing. It gives children an opportunity to showcase, especially when you get to the high school level. But at the youth levels, we need to make it affordable. We need to make it fun. You know, I mean, we can't have baseball boring. I mean, my daughter, you know, she's 6. She played t-ball. She was bored, but you know, we got to keep it exciting and fun. And there's ways to do that. And I think that the more we can get youth involved through athletics at a cheap rate, it's really gonna help the overall numbers that we get moving forward.
Just want to say thank you so much, Coach. Can I call you Coach?
Sure.
Thank you so much for joining us here,
Thank you.
right here live.
Thank you so much for that interview, Coach David Lorber of the MSU baseball team. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm super excited for the upcoming baseball season. A lot of great stuff in the future for MSU athletics.
Yeah, it's the first time that in God knows how many years that it's not confirmed, but the Yogi Berra Stadium is just, as of right now, as what I've known so far, it's just used for MLB baseball only.
Oh, really?
So we'll see how long that lasts. But it's one thing. So it gets me a joy because trying to use that equipment is a pain in the neck.
In the neck, yeah.
And because we were so limited on the stuff we could use, but we'll see what happens.
But did you know that President Coppell isn't an only child?
Really?
Despite the only child vibes he has, it turns out he has a sister. And we got a chance to, well, I didn't get the chance. Some people here at WMSC got a chance to speak to Jacqueline Coppell. So here's that interview that I'm going to play right now.
We have an in-house interview. I'm going to turn this on over to Aiden Ivers with a very special guest here that we have in studio.
Thank you, Professor Kaminsky. Hello, listeners of 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. As Professor Kaminsky just said, my name is Aiden Ivers. We are going through the investiture today of President Jonathan G.S. Capel. And as Professor Kaminsky just said, we have a very special guest, a member of the Capel bloodline, Jacqueline Capel.
Hello.
How are you doing, ma'am?
I'm good. Oh my God, ma'am, that makes me feel old. I'm the much younger sister for what it's worth.
Okay, well, thank you very much for taking the time
Word.
out of your day to come on campus, celebrate your brother
Ma'am,
becoming,
No.
not become the president, but celebrating his presidency at our college. And if you would, can you tell us a little bit about what you do professionally in the world of journalism?
Sure, I'm a producer at New York One. So if anyone is from New York, please keep watching, keep me employed.
That certainly applies to me and all of my Staten Island, native family, Staten Island.
Love it.
Love Spectrum News.
Thank
That's
you.
not- yeah.
Thank you. I'm from the Bronx, so
Oh,
I also am from New York City and a fan of Spectrum News.
Yeah.
I guess I
yeah.
have to say that though, right?
I mean, yeah, it's like the incredible. It's incredible the work that you do there, and
Thank you.
and just that sense of
I guess
Wait,
we
what
can,
time
we
is
can learn actually
People-
from
what's the bathroom?
watching
Oh, we're
TV channels like your own to learn about the ins and outs of journalism. And also, can you tell us how you started at New York One? What brought you to work at Spectrum News?
Yeah, so I actually pivoted my career and I went to grad school last year for journalism. And I was applying just as everyone else was, and we had a career expo at school, and Spectrum/New York One came, and I met the woman. She was lovely. We stayed in touch. I got a phone call. Although here's a bit of advice. When you're applying to jobs, remember there are generational differences in communication. I missed a voicemail asking me for an interview. And it was 2 weeks after that I was like checking my voicemail and saying, like, oh, what's this unknown number 212? And it was, hi, we'd like to call you, have an interview with you. And I called right away. I said, oh my God, I am so sorry. I did not get your voicemail. I hope this position's still available. Fortunately, it was. But yeah, check your voicemails because otherwise you can miss out on job opportunities.
Cool. And does your work specifically apply to the Bronx? Do you go out and interview maybe citizens of New York for stories going on?
So sometimes I do that. I don't focus on the Bronx necessarily because I'm a producer. We have sort of beat reporters and borough reporters that, like the Queens reporter, the Bronx reporter, the Staten Island reporter. I'm in the studio most days. Tomorrow, in fact, I'm actually going on a shoot to your hometown of Staten Island.
Hey.
That's right. But most of the time I'm in studio.
Okay, that's really cool. And
Be the great guy.
just again, I know Spectrum, I think, is a New York operated cable network, so I'm not sure if it's available to places outside of the city. But just seeing the incredible, the foundation, the collective, working together on like quick, as we're dealing with today, like you never know what could happen on live TV, live journalism. So I think
Yeah.
it's really incredible the work that you do at Spectrum, and we appreciate you, ma'am, coming on, celebrating your brother, like we just said, President Jonathan G.S. Capel.
And
Yeah,
I have
that's
just
right.
a quick question before we
Yeah.
wrap this up. Being Dr. Capel's sister,
Yes.
knowing your brother probably better than just about anybody else, what goes through your mind today watching this ceremony about to begin? What's going through your mind today?
I'm so proud of him. I mean, it's pretty amazing, right? The investiture of Jonathan. I mean, it's a pretty heavy and exciting way of introducing my brother, who of course I've sat around, tables with and made my bagel the way he makes his bagel because he was my older brother. So it's a really awesome, and I mean that in all senses of the word, day for the family, and certainly everyone is incredibly proud of him. This makes me take him a little more seriously, admittedly, because this is a very big deal. It's a very important day, and to see everyone out and see the colors and all of the excitement. I know this obviously hasn't happened in a really long time because the predecessor was here for quite some years.
This really is an historic event here
Yes.
on campus. This has not happened in 28 years, we said, something like that, since
1998.
1998.
Long time.
But just we're very happy to have you here and your family, and we certainly wish him and we wish you all the best. And I know that the ceremony is, we're all watching the clock right now. So I know you have places to be, but we wanted to thank you for being here.
No, this is wonderful. Thank you for having me and the warm welcome that you've given him, as he's, obviously he's been here a year now, but he just speaks so highly of everyone here and the work ethic and the students. He is borderline obsessed with how wonderful the students are and at what possibility there is at this school for greatness. So that is around our dinner table. Is what we hear.
And as someone who really came in here for radio, because I was here as an undergrad from 1980 to 1984 on the radio station. It's very heartening to me to see someone who is so invested in radio and loves the medium so much, and that's a rare thing these days. Just so for my perspective, I just want to thank him, and by way of that, thank you for that. And
by all means, let me take all the credit.
you might as well. Well, you're here and he's not, so you might as well do that.
Message along, and he will love to hear that. And I know he has unique attire sometimes when he.
Yes, yeah, we'll get into that a little bit later on. Definitely.
If you get a chance, I know President Capella is pretty busy right now.
Yeah,
come stop by.
Yeah,
I'm
on there Sunday night doing the Back to the Future show. Just have him say, swing by.
Far.
Yeah.
Seconds.
Guarantee you he would be happy to love that.
The investiture of Dr. Jonathan Capel about to get underway in a couple of minutes. Jackie Capel, thank you very much for joining us here.
Thank you so much.
This is 90.3 WMSC.
That was a great interview. Nice meeting Jacqueline Capel and Coach David Lorber more in depth. So that was great. We're going on a quick break, but we'll be right back with our second hour of the morning bus. So guys, see you later.
This is Valerie Meyer with 90.3 WMSC. Today I'm here to tell you about Planned Parenthood, a place where any woman can feel safe.
The Facebook. Once again, I'm back. But Cam has something to say. So Cam, I give you the honors.
How was that?
That was great. That was intense, but kind of necessary to wake up. It's already 8
I
o'clock.
did that an hour ago, but that's not the point.
Yeah, that's not the point. Now, some people are waking up now at 8 o'clock, so it
Fake
was
fans.
good to fake fans.
Whatever
It's
you
good
want
to wake up. It's okay to wake up with Cam screams. So anyway,
No, that's the best way to say.
yeah,
That's what my alarm is in the morning.
Cam scream.
That's what I'm here for.
So let's go back to the newscast for those who missed that. So newscast, Cam, are you ready?
Lovely. Yes, I am ready. In national news, President Biden said the United States will defend Taiwan if China launches an unprecedented attack. The president said in an interview on 60 Minutes, quotes, yes, if in fact there was an unprecedented attack. Biden responded. However, Biden later said, quote, Taiwan makes their own judgments about their independence. We are not moving and we are not encouraging their being independent. We're not. That's their decision. And New Jersey news, a high school teacher is suing the Hackensack Public School District alleging race reasons. A special ed teacher was denied the right to be a teacher, administrator. My apologies. And local news, the Montclair State Field Hockey Team welcome back their 2012 National Runner-Up team. We'll talk about the Red Hawks later on, actually in a few minutes with my man in the corner, Tanner Price. And the weather, the overall will be a cloudy day with a high of 83 degrees and a low of 65 with a 20% chance of rain around 9 p.m. So Monday Night Football plans will be inside today. That is the newscast, and back to you.
Yes, and now we got sports, but not just any sports. Montclair State University sports. So Tanner, tell us what's happening with the Red Hawks.
It was mostly a winning weekend for the Red Hawks. First off, the Red Hawks football team traveled to Rhode Island and improved to 2-1 with a 31-14 win over the Salve Regina Seahawks. The Red Hawks scored 17 in the second quarter to go up 24-7 at half and did not look back. The defense has been dominant all season, and that only continued Saturday when sophomore Kamani Carrington scored a pick six to put any hopes of a Seahawk comeback to rest.
Can I add something to that too?
Yeah.
The defense had 6 interceptions.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 6 interceptions.
Go.
Okay. The men's soccer team defeated Vassar College by a score of 2-1. It was 1-1 for most of the game, but sophomore Amir Lukovic scored to give the Red Hawks the lead, and they sealed the deal. The Hawks improved to 4-0-3. The women's soccer team continued their undefeated season with a 3-1 win over DeSales on Saturday. The Red Hawks were up 1-0 for most of the game. DeSales tied it with a goal in the 75th minute. The Red Hawks answered right back, scoring 2 goals within 4 minutes of each other. The Red Hawks won 3-1 and are now 6-0. The volleyball team had a rough go this weekend, going 0-3 at the Stevens Invitational. The first loss was 3-1 in favor of Wentworth Institute of Technology on Friday. The second loss was 3-1, this time in favor of Randolph-Macon College. The last match was 3-0 loss to Stevens. The volleyball team is now 4-6. And after a dreadful 0-4 start, the field hockey team has put together 3 straight wins, 2 coming over the weekend. The Red Hawks beat Muhlenberg on Friday by a final of 3-1. The Red Hawks then won yesterday by a score of 3-0 versus Rensselaer. The Red Hawks are now 3-4 in the young season. Back to you.
Oh, that was great. Go Red Hawks. Am I right?
I gotta say this. The field hockey team is a very, very hardworking team. Shout out to Coach O'Reilly, because that team went through a tough. The first 4 games of the season, actually all their games were playing against nationally ranked opponents.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for the perseverance and the resilience that they have to come back, shout out to Coach O'Reilly and getting the squad going.
Yeah, and then their first win, which was Wednesday, they won, and it was against a ranked team as well.
Number 20, actually number 20 Vassar.
They won 4-0.
Yeah.
Too.
That's great. That's great. And hey, congrats to you, man. You're proud of the football team, and you got a great team. So I saw it the other day. You were against Delaware, I think.
Delaware.
Yeah, that was not a great game, but the other games have been great. You know,
just the Del Valle game. I don't want to talk about that as much. We'll see them again. I know we'll see them again, but no, it was just a display for us. It was just a good test for us to see, like, this is a nationally ranked opponent, and we just ran out of time. That's really it.
Yeah. So. But you know, the Red Hawks are gonna thrive. And I just wanted to ask, does the holiday season still have the same feeling when you were in elementary school? That's a great question.
This is
here's what. Oh, listen. Sports, I love sports, right? But there's nothing that's better than the holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
Like when the holiday season hits, what's going on? NFL's coming to an end.
Yep.
But hockey and NBA basketball, it's always exciting times.
Baseball free agency.
It's a free agency frenzy. But the reason why I tie all that in, because holiday season, It's been the same way because I've been so engulfed in sports for my entire life, and actually seeing NFL games played around the holiday season, it's nice, but I don't think it has the same feel as I get older, because now it's more and more like you see something like, okay, cool, like if I don't know, it just makes me feel happier,
Yeah.
more happier than I was when I was a kid. Because when I was a kid, I was limited on things I was able to do, and that's just because I didn't have a car. I'm literally a child. Whatever my parents says, okay, my parents at the wheel, so wherever they drove to, that's where we're going to.
Yeah.
Now they have the independence with the holidays. It's yes, I feel it's a little stronger.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like, it's a different feeling, but it's also a great feeling at the same time, because at least for me, I appreciate more the holidays. If it's Christmas or Easter, you just celebrate around your family. Because as a child, you focus on superficial things like, oh, toys and stuff like that. But now that I'm older, I appreciate it more as a way,
Yeah.
to spend time with my family and think about things. If you're a Christian, you think about
The birth
Jesus being born, or if you're Jewish, the Passover and stuff like that. Well, Passover, no, Hanukkah.
Yeah.
So I think it's a different feeling, but it's also a great feeling.
I actually like to backtrack a little bit, because I remember, so last year, which was a tough one. Last year was the first time that my family and I, it was our first holiday. Our first holiday we had together after my mom passed away, and she passed away in 2020. You already know the pancetta kind of took over and just said, all right, and no gathering. So it was the first time having our family really get together. We didn't see each other. We didn't see each other for Thanksgiving, which kind of bummed me out.
Mhm.
So going into that holiday season, seeing my dad, seeing my siblings, and it was always like, it always just put a smile on my face, because that's something that I wanted to do. Wanted to spend time with them, because I have not seen them. We have not all been on the same roof since 2019, literally 2019, before my mom passed. So it was really great to see everybody there.
Yeah, I feel that. It's hard to, especially now with COVID and everything. Everybody got separated, and now we're coming back together. We're more secure and stuff like that. So I wanted to switch it up. We're going to Joe's segment now.
Coming back.
We're coming back on schedule. Joe's segment. Joe, tell us what's happening.
So hi again. I'm Joe, and these are some of the many events going on this week on campus. On Monday, there's a Coloring and Connections event from 7 to 9 in the Machuga Lounge. You can hang out with the Center for Student Involvement, color, and make connections with friends both old and new. If you're still feeling artsy after this first activity, then you're in luck. On Tuesday from 7 to 9, the Student Rec Center is hosting a watercolor paint night. Acrylic paint is out, watercolor is in. Rather spend Tuesday playing some good old-fashioned board games? We got you. From 8:30 to 10, there will be a Zoom board game night. The meeting ID and password can be found on Engage. Now, I'm not sure if you guys know this, but there was a farmer there once, and there was this farmer once who had a dog, and I'll bet you can never guess what his name was.
No, I can't.
Bingo.
What's his name? No.
You can head over to the Student Rec Center on Wednesday from 7 to 9. You could win all kinds of prizes, with the grand prize being an electric scooter in their bingo. And then once again, we have some trivia. On Thursday from 8 to 9 in the Ratskeller, there will be a pop culture themed trivia night. The top 3 ranking players will be awarded prizes. And now we have a lot of stuff happening on campus on Friday. From 7 to 9 at the Rec Center lawn, there is a tie-dye event. And then once you finish your tie-dye, you can swing around to the patio for the Friday night fire pit, also from 7 to 9. And once you're done with that, if your voice isn't too gooped up from the s'mores, which they will be serving there, you can head over to the Student Center dining room for karaoke from 7 to 10.
So I have to add to Joe's segment, we're celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. For all my Hispanics, and you're not only Hispanic, anybody can come. We have activities throughout the whole week. So, Monday we have an activity, Monday today they have a flag raising ceremony and reception. Tomorrow they have a luncheon. Wednesday is Lasso's general meeting. So if you want to go, you can go. So yeah, there's a lot of things to go. That's very important. I love Joe's segment because it gives us perspective on like what's happening and what activities we can form part of. So thank you, Joe, so much for that.
You got it.
Yeah. So we got one of my favorite segments of the morning bus now. Am I in the wrong?
Yes.
Am I? Oh, I'm okay.
I guess that's the answer.
That's okay.
All right.
Next segment. Am I in the wrong? Today's show, well, today's story, sorry, is called Baby Wawa. Okay. So let's go. I live with my wife, Macy. We have an infant son named Leo. Leo is our first and only child and is 5 months old. Macy works part-time and I work full-time. Macy works on Tuesdays, but I don't. Macy normally leaves the house at around 8 a.m. to get to work on time. But I like to take the opportunity to sleep in and when I can get it. Whenever Macy gets ready for work, Leo will usually start crying in his crib even after he's had his first feed of the day. He doesn't wake me up unless he's been crying for a little while because I'm a heavy sleeper. For the past 2 Tuesdays, Macy has decided to take Leo out of his crib and put him in our bed with me right before she leaves for work, even though I'm sound asleep. She doesn't do anything to wake me up because she's leaving for work, and Leo stops crying when she puts him in our bed. Luckily, nothing bad has happened yet, but I know the risk of putting a baby in a normal bed with an adult sleeping in it. Leo crawls, and I'm worried that he could fall out of the bed and hurt himself. I talked to Macy about this, and told her to just leave Leo in his crib when she's getting ready for work. Macy got annoyed and said that she can't just leave him to cry, and said I'm a bad father for not noticing and waking up when Leo's in bed, saying that if it was her, she'd notice and wake up. I got angry and told Macy that she's being unreasonable and asked her what she thought would happen if Leo fell out of the bed. I asked her if she wanted Leo to get injured. Macy got really mad and has gone to stay with her sister for a couple of days and took Leo with her and hasn't been answering my text or calls. She still hasn't come home. I've never seen Macy this angry with me before, so I'm wondering if I am in the wrong here. So what do you guys think?
Ah. I'm pondering this one because I see both sides of it. Because on one side, it's like you are not listening to, like your wife is saying, like, oh, you're wilding for not looking like for a child because you're not gonna sleep as it is anyway.
Mhm.
But at the same token, it's like you're looking out for the safety of the kid.
Yeah, I think well, I'm in the user side. I think that like I don't know, I think like I see both sides, but at the same time, I'm like, why don't put the crib on the same room?
Yeah, see, that's what I was literally just.
Yeah, I think that
you
would be
literally
the solution.
stole what I was gonna say.
Nah,
Victor. Wow.
Yeah, like that. I think that would be
Yeah,
the
like, that
solution. Like
was-
put it in the same room, so there's no doubt you can hear a baby. You're gonna wake up with a baby crying.
Now here's the thing. Also, you got to think about this. When you have kids in general, and I don't have kids, knock on wood. I hope I don't have it. I hope there's no little kids running around. Hi, Dad. Hopefully you're not a grandpa from my side yet. But if you have kids, you got to sacrifice sleep.
Mhm.
Because one, they come first. They're not.
Yeah.
They're dependent. They're dependent until you help them out. So it's like, your sleep schedule is gonna get broken either way.
Yeah.
Because the kid does not have a 9 to 5 wake me up alarm. Like the
No.
kid is it's a 24-hour on the watch.
Yes, it is.
You're not sitting there. So actually after that point, yeah, you done goof, my brother. You in the wrong.
Yeah, I would have been on her side if she didn't like put the baby in the bed, which is a safety.
Yeah, like outside
Besides that, I'd be on her team. Yeah.
So you say that's a side effect. You say he's not in the wrong for that.
I'm in the fence. I'm not. I don't want to say yes.
This one has a lot of gray area.
It does have a lot of gray areas.
Exactly.
That's the beauty of it.
That's the beauty of this.
The beauty of this segment. A whole lot of gray areas.
Gray areas we don't get answers to. So yeah, we had the same thought. Analyze that.
Just it's not that hard. Most parents, like for the first like 6 or so months of their child being born, have the crib in the room with
Yeah.
them. So the fact it's not already like that is kind of a little concerning. But
Well, it must be older child thing. Must be like a oldest child thing because my parents didn't have me. My parents had me in my own room for the first few months of my life.
oh, okay then. But yeah, why can't you just put the crib in the room with the sleeping parent? Because if there's a baby crying right next to you, you're gonna wake up.
It's a good alarm. One is a good alarm.
It's a very good alarm.
Yeah.
Would you rather wake up to a crying baby or a peaceful sleep? Probably with peaceful sleep, but at the same time, it's like at least now oh hey child, you're hungry? Come on, let's go see what's good.
But yeah,
No?
in the end, this is from Reddit, obviously, and Reddit said he's in the wrong. So
W's for coach.
WW. So you guys want to go to the next story of Am I in the Wrong?
Yup.
Well, I'll give you Cam the honors to read that story.
All right, word. Myself, 28-year-old male, and my partner, 31-year-old female, were riding underground. My partner is 8 months pregnant and looks heavily pregnant too. No one can mistake her for being any different. She's not particularly mobile either now, and we've taken to riding the underground more, even for shorter journeys, just to allow her to rest more frequently when we were out and about. We jumped on the Circle Line today, and it was particularly busy service during rush hour with people packed tightly and standing throughout the aisle. On trips like this, I would look out for one of the nearby priority seats reserved near the doors and would ask someone to vacate to allow my partner to sit down. On all occasions until now, we have never had a problem with those seats who sat in the seats could see my partner and would struggle to stand on a busy train and will give up the seat without hesitation. On this particular day, one of the seats were occupied by an elderly gentleman with a walking stick, probably mid-80s, and a younger man, probably mid-20s. I make what I think is my best judgment to ask the younger man to see if he would give up the seat. He replies that he has autism and that his disability allows him to use his priority seating too. I do understand that people have less visible disabilities and that under normal circumstances, he should be allowed to utilize priority seating. However, I also feel despite this, it wasn't a physical impairment and he was more capable of standing than my partner who has been standing for a long time and really needed a rest at this point. When I tried to explain to him this, he became very defensive and called me a Garbo Supreme for not appreciating his needs too.
Garbo Supreme.
That's fire. Eventually, others began to overhear what was being said, and someone voluntarily offered up a normal seat. But the experience left me wondering if I was a bad person for insisting that this person needed priority seating less than my girlfriend. So, am I a jerk?
Wrong?
Am I a jerk for asking someone with with an invisible, non-physical disability to vacate a priority seating for my heavily pregnant partner?
Ooh, this is very interesting. I'm on the fence also. Like, I think, well, if it's heavily pregnant partner, like 8 months, I think, yeah, the pregnant woman has the say on it, to be honest. But at the same time, is also a disabled person, so it's complicated. This is very complicated. They're very interesting topic. What do you guys think?
Oh, that's the old guy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the old man.
Yeah.
Avoid all this. That's the old guy.
I was on the fence about it, but as it kept going on, the guy is he's acting as if the guy with autism, like he's acting as if just because it's not a physical disability,
just because
then he has to just go.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. Just
yeah.
We also don't know if they mentioned the elderly guy. Is the elderly guy related to the guy with autism in any way, shape, or form?
Well, at least
I'm not sure.
according to
I
the
don't think it
story,
says.
no.
Yeah, from the way it was worded, I assume not.
So I was gonna say like maybe that's his caretaker.
No, I don't think
No,
so.
like that. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's probably not. But I'm saying like hypothetically, maybe that's his caretaker.
Oh, well,
So he's probably there for him.
Mhm.
And I guess that he sees the old guy like, oh, it's like, oh, he's probably old, and I don't think that's the right way to go. I think my man. No, I understand you want to look out for your lady, but at the same time, hey, my brother, like,
Yeah. Hey, Isaiah Ramirez, our producer, brought an interesting point. There's other seats.
Yeah.
There are other seats. He could have asked any other person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly.
So I think
The-
any other person will be like, "Oh yes, of course," and
Like,
because
why-
I get
why do I need
I
this
get
specific seat?
I get, and he said he wanted his wife to sit in the priority seating,
Why is
but that brings up the point.
ain't there part of seats
if-
in every other car?
Open seats can't be that far away,
yeah,
and if his wife can't, if his wife like wouldn't be able to handle that seat and getting up out of the train and walking maybe a couple feet more, why are they on the train and going places? Right?
So, exactly.
Why, you know,
yeah. There's
if
a lot of gray areas, as we say before.
I don't know. I yeah, I
Love the
think
gray.
I say that this guy's in the wrong,
Bro.
just because as went later, it just started. It just he just started to sound like he didn't care about this other guy and was like, no, my wife gets the seat, whatever, like I don't care about your disability, my wife gets the seat.
So,
So
you
I
yes,
would say, yeah, so he's in the wrong here.
yeah. So he's in the wrong, and everybody agrees in Reddit. So everybody's with Tanner, and well, I think everybody is
Yeah, we all
in
said, yeah,
agreement
yeah.
that, yeah,
Like you could have picked any other
You
seat.
could have
my
gone
brother.
about that differently.
Any other seat.
yeah, he's definitely in the wrong. Well, we're gonna go to a quick break, and then we're gonna play a song I love called "All of the Lights" by Kanye West. So we'll be right back.
You may not realize just how important you are, and you may not realize how many people truly love you. You are special, valued, capable.
You good?
Yeah,
You
we're good.
Cam?
We're perfect.
So let's go straight to our next story. What's going on in Hollywood?
I don't know.
I don't know. Why don't you tell us?
What's going on in Hollywood?
I don't know, man.
The Woman Queen, starring Viola Davis, collected a strong 19 million in ticket sales over the weekend, which was at least 25% more than analysts had expected. It was the best September opening for a movie based on historical events since Clint Eastwood's Sully in 2016. The Woman Queen focuses on the Agogie, an all-female warrior troop in Africa in the 1800s. The trailer and other preview materials for the film prompted calls for a boycott on social media over concerns that it glossed over or ignored aspects of the slave trade. But The Woman King received stellar reviews, and many believed that week two could be just as strong for the film. At a recent Netflix press event in Seoul, creator of Squid Game Hwang Dong-hyuk addressed a question about if Hollywood actors would appear, and to this he said, "There will be no known Hollywood actors in season 2. It's still set in Korea." However, to go along with that, Dong-hyuk added that he knows Leonardo DiCaprio is a fan of the show and said it wasn't off the table for a hypothetical third season. Maybe if time or chances allow, we can ask Leo to join the games. Oh my God.
All right.
So there's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot to
I-
unpack right now. What's going on?
If Leonardo DiCaprio joins Squid Game, it defeats the entire purpose of the entire show.
Yes. Unless he's one of the people in like the gold masks.
Exactly.
Could be.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be
That
cool.
would be great. But
But-
aside of that, yeah,
But other than that, there's no logical way
to
in the,
add him.
in the universe for him to get into be one of the players.
I don't even think it needed. I
You're
don't even think it needed a season 2.
me
I'm
neither. I
still-
thought it was great.
I'm still angry at how the first season ended.
Me too. Me too.
It could have just ended with one of the characters winning and just like their life afterwards.
Whoa, spoiler
I-
alert.
Spoiler alert.
Well, we
if you
didn't
haven't-
say
It's been out for over a
long.
year.
You didn't say
if you
anything.
haven't watched-
bro. Like, come on.
If you haven't watched it,
I
by
didn't,
now-
I didn't watch an episode of Squid Games.
Are you going to?
No.
okay.
I
So
I didn't need the entire plot point of the old man and the old man. He's running the games. I didn't need that. Just it would have been so much better if it just ended there. But it has to.
They have to set up for
They
season
have to
2.
set up for season
Yeah.
2. They've set up for season 2, and they can make more merchandise and whatever, which is the entire point of the show. And now there's going to be celebrities if there's a third season, and
I'm just stop.
Just stop.
Stop.
I'm not.
Stop it.
I was.
Get some
Get
I was.
some help.
I was really. I enjoyed the first 8 episodes. There's 9, right? I
Oh.
enjoyed the first 8 episodes of the show.
And
The
then
9th
9
episode is like, oh, okay.
Mhm.
And I've never had a show where it's gone from one season where I was like, wow, this is awesome, to
And then
I
Wow.
don't
Yeah.
care about season 2. If this
if it comes out,
I'll watch it, but I'm not gonna like watch it day 1. I'll be like, okay, I'll
You're
watch.
like, oh, it's out.
You
Cool.
probably, you probably,
Oh.
just binge it. You probably sit there and just binge it one
Yeah,
one random day.
I don't know.
Like a Tuesday afternoon, like I'm procrastinating on my schoolwork.
Yeah.
Like, oh yep, now's the perfect time to watch this.
Yeah, I don't know.
Based on true stories.
yeah, I love that Isaiah Ramirez, our producer, once again wrote Snoop Dogg in season 3.
He better not.
I would start crying.
I would no, I would be crying too. I'd be like, oh, this is not a serious show anymore.
I was about to say he better not.
He better not. And also, we were talking about the Woman King, which wouldn't that be queen? I don't know. Anyways,
Hey, don't generalize. What is this?
yeah. So yeah, the Woman King, and yeah, it's very interesting because when I saw it, I thought it would be like a B movie. They were just like, whatever. So it's impressive that it's getting the buzz is getting, and hey,
Huh.
I might watch it now. So we'll see what
Buzz.
happens.
That's what we're on.
So we got another story which Cam, you want to read?
Yep. Hold up.
Hold up. Okay, he's standing up. He's standing up. For those who are not hearing, he's standing up.
NYC built different. All right.
Okay.
All right, so
Okay, thank you,
all
thank
right,
you.
Yeah, I had to.
Thank you so much for that.
Anyway, we love covering insane stories that come out of Florida, but truthfully, this next story make Florida look like junior varsity. According to police, a New York City man was arrested and accused of menacing customers at McDonald's, including a small axe. Using a
By
small
using a
axe.
small axe. Wow.
A person caught all this on camera, and the video began with an argument between one man and a group of three. The man pushed someone, and then hands began to be thrown. The crazy part is that man was punched and slapped over 14 times by three people and was unbothered rather, by everything that had just about transpired. Things then took an absolute turn for the crazy as the man grabbed his backpack, put it on the floor, and began looking for something. Now, here's where more questions arise. How did no one leave to attempt to leave the McDonald's? This happened all the McDonald's, mind you.
Yeah.
Respectfully, I'll put the turbos on and I'm out of there. Russ, with the 3,000 max worth deluxe for y'all.
Yeah.
Regardless, I guess the McNuggets were hitting that day as they all stood there as he took out an axe from his bag. Not Axe body spray.
No.
A axe. Like, the man then broke some glass, banged on some tables, slapped somebody, and left on his bike. What?
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm loving it.
I'm not loving it. I'm not loving the fun.
I need to see the video. I need to see this video.
There has to be.
What is go? What? Head said something. Head said something. Oh, word. Oh, you want to swing on me? That's not. Oh, what's up? Like, where do you get it? How big is this backpack? Now you pull an axe. You pull out an axe. Where's the video? Where's this video?
Unfortunately, we can't show it on Zoom. For
Yeah, I would love to, but
cannot.
yeah, I would love to, but yeah, we can't.
I'm about to find the video and just commentate this.
Yeah, no.
Once I do,
Oh yeah,
Oh, my-
sports commentary by
Yeah,
Cam
yeah.
on and
poetic justice is crazy.
we'll watch it. We'll watch it after the show and just enjoy it. Yeah.
Saw all. I need. Please, somebody, please tell me this video is right here because this is like what? The tweet caption another day in New York City.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I say. Yeah, like New York is built different. New York City is built different, and
They be wild out there.
and low key, that's why I love New York.
It's like literally a small bag. It's like one of those gym bags.
Yeah, it's wow, that's amazing.
So my man is he try to jump on the trash can.
Has anybody ever been in New York and seen something crazy like that? Or no? I have a story, but I'll let you.
A story, but I can't say it on air.
Oh,
I'll say it quickly. There was one time it was on Thanksgiving. Someone threatened my life on the subway.
Oh, that's
I think he might have been on things that
yeah, they're not yeah.
Oh, he had too much Pez candy. He's got it.
And he looked straight at me and was like, and basically said, "I'm going to unalive you."
Oh my god, bro!
I don't think he was serious about it.
At the same time, it's New York.
I was just a 15-year-old kid who just watched a bunch of balloons go down the street.
Oh yeah, this wasn't Thanksgiving, bro.
And it was Thanksgiving.
Oh my god.
The Macy Parade.
And luckily for me, the guy that was standing in between me and this guy was a state trooper.
Oh, that's
good.
So
that's good.
So he kind of just put his arm out and just made sure the guy didn't get through. And the entire way, I don't know, I forget how it goes, but that's basically what happened. The entire way back when we were walking from the subway to Penn Station, I was just you were every second I was turning around and I thought I was just gonna see this guy running down the street and I was just gonna have to book it for Penn Station.
Yeah, book it at Penn Station. Yo, I have a similar story, but I think I can't tell on the air either because
I
it
found
involves
the video. I'm watching the video right now. Bro is really getting pieced up right now. He's just sitting there on the McDonald's trash can, just hanging out.
Oh my god!
I have a story, but I think I can't tell because it involves bodily functions. Just that's all I'm gonna say.
Same.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna say.
Got it. Well, the guy right now, he's just sitting there like, yo, like y'all gonna do something? Like he got punched in the face multiple times. So y'all gonna do something?
Oh
He just took his bag off.
Okay. Okay, we're
He's
coming
open,
to
he's
the
open,
story.
he's opened up the bag.
And
He has a lot of stuff in the bag.
ooh, thrifty.
Oh, it's a small axe.
Okay.
Okay.
How small
An
is it?
axe is still an axe.
And that's still that.
Yeah.
The axe. Oh, he started swinging at him.
Oh,
Oh,
my
no,
God.
he's just swinging. He's just breaking stuff. This is
Oh my God.
hilarious.
No,
This
this
is hilarious. I'm sorry. This is hilarious.
Yeah, so we're gonna go to the other story. And yeah, on E,
I'll take that story too.
yeah, you're gonna take
yeah.
that story, Cam? On E,
As the king of the L's,
Yep.
hush you,
No, I'm not going to.
hush you.
No.
We love to hang out common L's in the buzz. I have probably 75 on and counting just from this week.
yeah,
Anyway,
just,
Yep.
yeah, just for those who don't know what an L is, it's like, yeah,
It's a
you
loss.
lost. So L as in
So,
lost.
so Cam.
So fiddly, I am the L king, so it means I can dish out L's whenever I want. Today's L goes to 41-year-old Marcello Moore. Marcello has been a desperate man for some cash, so he devised a plan to get some quick cash. So he got into his black Chevy Impala and drove into a local Circle K convenience store and the gas station around 1:30 a.m. When entering the Circle K, he decided how now would be the time to get that money. And so he pointed a weapon at a 78-year-old clerk behind the counter, which also has a thick plexiglass barrier between worker and customer. Naturally, the woman ducked as Marcello demanded the money. When he realized he was getting any cash, Marcello decided to give up and make an escape plan. The police quickly found him and pursued him, where the chase went on for full throttle to empty as Moore's Impala ran out of gas. He tried to run, throwing out his handgun in the process, but officers captured him without incident. Marcello is in the Shelby County Jail on charges of attempted aggravated robbery and evading arrests. I guess the lesson here is pretty important. Make sure your car has gas in it or don't commit a crime. Both are very important.
Yeah, don't commit crimes. Let's
Yeah,
don't commit
please
crimes.
don't commit crime.
Is this a Florida story? Like, is this what is this?
Oh my
What
God,
state is
yeah.
this?
Yeah, this is interesting. I don't know. Anybody check it up. So we
I'm
move
about
on.
to
No,
right
we
now.
have to know. We have to
All I have to say, strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
at the Circle.
They always are.
Okay, did anyone get
It's
that?
from Memphis.
Memphis.
Wait,
Memphis,
wait,
Tennessee.
did no one get that reference?
Oh
From
yes,
Bill
I
and
did.
Ted?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
okay.
got it.
Okay, I was making sure.
I
Yeah,
got it.
making sure.
I got you.
I watched it
Because all my
movies. I'm
because all
good
my
at it.
movie references that I've said on air, no, it's rare that anyone gets
No,
it.
I love
So,
Bill and Ted, so I got it. I got it.
Okay, good.
Crickets.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
yeah, wow. I gotta say, crime is not good, but this is funny. So.
If you're gonna do this, you gotta get the gas. imagine just he does this and then he drives away and it's just like, oh, sorry for this. Sorry, police. I gotta get gas.
I gotta get gas.
Oh, he's just waiting there. He's just waiting there. He's just waiting there. Oh yeah. Yeah, how is like talking like, yeah, how's your day going? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is a very interesting story. And I got another story which is also interesting. It has an interesting title also.
I started rolling when I saw this title.
So I'm gonna say it on the air. Hope you guys enjoy. Lord Glissy.
Yeah.
Lord Glissy. For those who don't know, Glissy is a hot dog.
Hot dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hot dog. Hot
Yeah.
dog, hot diddy dog. So
What's this, Mickey Mouse?
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Lord Glissy.
Mm-mm-mm.
So Lord Glissy, there has been a lot of things covered on this show that truly make you question humanity, like the stories before.
The axe.
Yeah.
Axeman.
Yeah.
The iconic hot dog has been fired up on grills around the country the past couple of months. As we enter the ugly times known as fall and winter, Oscar Mayer wanted to make sure we never forget the great taste of summer Glissies. Now brace yourself for what I'm about to tell you, but Oscar Mayer has decided to make their hot dogs into popsicle flavors. What?
Ew, cringe. That hurts my body. That hurts my body.
Yeah, Cam's out.
Well, it looks like I'm the new co-host. Cam's gone now.
Cam's out. So
Cam's gone now.
the popsicle is dubbed the cold dog.
Oh,
It's being sold at
oh.
frozen dessert company pop bar locations in New York City. Hey, we can get one.
Oh, that's
No.
Atlanta,
How come it's not?
Atlanta, New Orleans, and Long Beach. Oscar Mayer said that the cold dog visibly resembles a hot dog topped with mustard. And it has a smoky umami notes of Oscar's Mayer iconic wiener. Oscar Mayer said the cold dog comes from his stupid or genius social media campaign.
Stupid.
It's definitely stupid.
They're stupid. Congratulations.
Thousands of hot dog fans said the hot dog flavored popsicle was genius,
No.
prompting the Gleason loving heroes to make the product a reality, according to the release. After the overwhelming fan excitement for our beloved cold dog, it was a no-brainer to make this hot dog-inspired frozen pop a reality, said Anfield, head of North American brand communications for Oscar Mayer, said in a statement.
Yeah,
Wow.
really? Really? Ann?
The cold dog.
Hey, can I call you Ann? Really? Please turn his mic down as much as you possibly
Yes.
can.
Okay, Cam.
Thank
got
you.
your mic down.
Thank you very much.
What is this? What am I seeing? What is happening? Okay, I'm good.
Okay, you're good.
There we go.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Wow. Just the name is unappetizing. Cold dog?
No.
No, that's
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I like to,
You like
try the weird foods. This is not what
This is not something I would consider.
Listen,
trying.
I've had a burger,
I have freedom
which
before.
it was
what
a
was the burger?
donut. The bun was a
Oh,
donut.
okay.
I should know about
That
that.
sounds actually.
Yeah.
This sounds delicious.
That
Yeah.
sounds
It was pretty good. I was going to put my life in danger and try the Taco Bell wings, but they got rid of them the day before I was gonna go get them. They had them for like 3
I wonder
days.
why. I wonder
They had them
why.
for like 3 days. I was gonna go order them.
So for me
But-
personally, Isaiah Ramirez, I'm telling you this now. If you bring it on the show, I will eat it. Only for the
Wow.
show. Only for the show.
Yeah, if you bring him on the show, I will visibly shove it back in your face. So
So Isaiah Ramirez, you have been warned.
You've
if
been
you bring it to
warned.
the show, I'll eat it. I'll eat it. Only for the show. not
that's even
outside.
worse. That is even worse.
If you bring, I say, if you bring on the show,
No,
I
No.
will pop you.
Yeah, because now he's saying, "What if I just freeze a hot dog?" That is even
no,
worse.
that's worse, bro. It has
I
to
will-
be the
I will-
pop
I
bar.
will pop you if you do this.
We
I will pop you.
You go pop.
pop.
This is
You tell me the New York City guy. That's crazy. Which part?
this
Oh my
is
God.
one
Oh.
of this is one of the
Yeah,
worst
for those
things.
who don't know, we have a chat with our producer, and he's telling us that he's gonna freeze a hot dog, so we can taste it. It's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
And then he's saying like, "Oh, I'm gonna become the NYC guy from the earlier story." So
The only way I would try this is if I'm getting money from it.
Yes.
Whoa.
Isaiah, can you get some money?
Like
No,
not
I'm
you-
saying myself.
not
No,
you.
exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Talk once again.
Oh, yeah.
You trying to bless?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm doing it for the
Come
show.
on.
I would do it. I would do it.
I would
Isaiah.
do
would
the
do
show
it. I'll
and
do
that's
it.
it.
I do it for the money, and that's it.
For the show, but I had to be paid for doing it for the show.
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
no,
Yes.
I'm being, I'm being volunteer. I'll do it for free.
Volunteer eating a frozen glizzy is crazy.
Oh, this is my appetite is ruined for the entire day.
Yep. I was gonna go get breakfast after this, and never mind.
I was
Yeah, I'm
gonna
not hungry
get some
anymore.
food. Then I felt
This is this. Yeah.
Oh my God, let's go to the next story before
Yeah,
we
please.
keep
Let's
talking
talk
about
this before we.
no,
We've already gone off the rails.
No.
Let's try and rein this
No,
back.
no, that's the
no more cold glizzies, please. Unless they bring it to the show.
So
Anyway,
actually, I can't trust it like that. Anyway, so yeah, we got good kitty. A New York family security camera was recording when their cat, missing for 4 days, returned home and rang the doorbell to be let inside. Stephanie Whiteley said her family's 8-year-old cat Lily failed to come home one night, about 2 weeks after the family moved into the new house in Mystic Beach, Long Island. Normally she comes home, but this time felt different, and I didn't think Lily was coming home. Whiteley's fears to put to rest when 4 days later, on her Ring doorbell camera, recorded Lily walking up onto the front porch and ringing the doorbell. We all gasped, we were laughing, we were emotional, we were crying. It was a great moment, Whiteley said. She believes Lily knew what she was doing when she rang the doorbell. She's a very smart cat.
Yeah. Wow.
Vibes.
Wow,
That's
I
that's
like it.
just
That's just
Yeah, cats are smart people.
That story sounds very well, at least kind of similar to the Hachiko story from over in
Yeah.
Japan. You know
Yeah,
the
yeah,
one.
yeah.
The one as long for those that you don't know, the dog a dog essentially waited for his owner who he didn't know had died.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
the movie, bro. The movie
Yeah.
gets me every time.
I just remember the
What was
trailer
it
for the
was-
movie.
Yeah.
The trailer for the movie it was on some DVD that I always watched.
Yeah.
And then I like looked up the story and I was like, oh, this is really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, it reminds me of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those who don't know, is the Hashiko, a dog story, the movie. So if you wanna cry
You
profusely,
can go see it if you
go
want.
see it. Go see it.
And isn't there a statue?
Oh yeah, there is a
Oh,
statue
yeah.
at the train station that he waited at.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, but animals are smart.
They're a lot smarter than we give them credit for.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking, Joe. We have the same thoughts sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got our next story, which has no title, but I'll give it a title. Her sandwich.
Sure. That works, I
Hey,
guess.
that's why I'm not the producer. I
Yeah.
say a Georgia woman found a special gift in her sandwich. No, you're probably thinking, extra pickles?
Oh yeah. No, I got.
You got the title for it?
No, I got. I know.
You want to read it?
No, you can read it, but I'm answering the question. I know exactly what's in that. I know exactly what's that sandwich.
A spicy sauce?
No, it was a lot of cheese, whole lot of cheese.
Okay. Wrong and wrong.
Not
You
my answer.
forgot the pickles. No.
Instead, when Mrs. Oliver had gone to a local restaurant drive-through on her lunch break, she returned to work to enjoy her lunch. When she opened her lunch and removed her sandwich, she was surprised to find $543.10
Like
10 cents
like
in
I
cash.
said, a whole lot of cheddar.
That
Okay.
Cam was right. A whole lot of cheddar. That should have been the title. A whole lot of cheddar in cash under her sandwich. That is right. $543.10 along with her lunch. The money was supposed to be the daily deposit, but somehow got put into Oliver's lunch by accident. Mrs. Oliver's lunch by accident. After getting lunch at Kentucky Fried Chicken and discovering the cash, Joanne Oliver called the police and returned the money to the restaurant. The City of Jackson Police Department said in a statement. Wow, that's
a lot less selfish. That's very
selfless. I don't know what I would have done in that
I
situation.
probably would have done something. Not gonna lie. No, my financial situation, I would have done because here's why. Karma bites. Karma is a dog.
Yes, it is.
And Karma's a mean one too.
Yeah, if you don't give that back, that sandwich is going to be the worst one you've ever had.
No. You know if you don't
Not
get
even
that back.
that.
Forget the sandwich. You don't get that back. You're gonna one day you're gonna see like, oh yeah, that money you could have returned back. That case is gonna remember you.
That was actually a test, and whoever gave it back got free KFC for
life.
For life. Yeah, probably that.
Yeah, hopefully. Who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? But yeah, imagine if she would have opened the sandwich. Imagine she was really hungry and just ate it, and all of a sudden she's like, has a weird taste, but whatever. I'm hungry.
Yeah, what?
No, I think the money was underneath.
The money
the
was
sandwich.
underneath.
That's
the
what I.
sandwich.
When I
That makes
thought
more
it, I
sense.
thought she opened it up was like
Her sandwich was
there's
made of money.
Okay, I thought it was made of.
Which, to be
I was
honest,
like,
would be kind of.
I don't know why I read it like that, but I was like, oh, it's
I
made of
read it
money.
like that the first time. I was like, yeah. Oh, okay. I'm opening my. I pickled. $543.
And 10
Okay.
cents.
Yeah.
Is it like was it? Like,
Imagine bites down.
what was this cold hard?
Imagine she bites down.
Yeah.
Oh, this tastes. This tastes like
paper.
This is a penny. Oh, it is.
God.
that would be.
Here's the question though.
Yeah.
Was this like inside the sandwich bag or like?
Yeah.
The way that the story
Where was it?
describes it sounds like it was like the money on the bottom, and then her like food order was on top of it.
Exactly.
So you need to tell me that. Oh no! This is the guy who ran out of gas. That was the money that he got.
Yeah.
We go. Now it all makes sense.
And apparently someone in here. This didn't actually happen, but there was someone in there that didn't get their order. That's supposed to get the change back, and he pulled out an axe.
That's why.
Oh my God!
This is all.
It's the connected universe of all the stories.
Maybe it's in a food court. The McDonald's right next door.
Everything happens. Everything happens.
connects. Everything connects.
I mean, technically, you're not wrong.
This is the multi. See,
But this is all every single person in all these stories is connected.
Yeah.
This is
Buzz 6.
this is the person that was this is
the change of the person.
this is
Yeah.
whatever. This is the guy's wife that went and left with the kid.
Oh my god.
Oh, that makes all sense in the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a story for
This
the
is-
other day.
And what if the people on the train, that was before the kid was born.
Oh
So that
my
was
God,
that was the
whoa.
prequel. to
This is
all
going. This is going.
So it's the
intense.
same
So
couple.
like,
It's the same. Yeah, this is like basically these are all things that are happening, but they're all connected.
Multiple
yeah,
series is crazy.
We're creating
Oh my
a
God.
whole
We-
multi-bus cinematic
crazy.
universe, including, I think we should add, like, right next to the restaurant is a seafood place. It had
Oh, that has
it had a special.
It has a
It had a special.
The country club.
Yeah, it had a special 9/11 special for those who heard last week's story, which is still, it's been a week and we still talk about it.
Oh,
Like,
listen,
It's the craziest thing I've ever.
well, we're wrapping up. So anything you guys want to say before we leave?
Yeah. I'm going to go get some food. Then the coach play will be happening. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute.
Oh,
wait a
we
minute,
have
wait a
another
minute,
story.
Yeah, we have another story.
Speaking of theft,
Woo!
that's a segue.
Yeah.
We got a story about GTA.
GTA. So
All right, so I got it.
yeah, you got
All right, so boom.
Are you
right?
kidding me? You're seriously not gonna let the video game show host?
I have a video game show as well. It's called Boss Level. Oh wait, no, but you actually have a video game show where you actually talk about stuff on video games.
Exactly.
So
let's,
that
let's give it a go.
I'm gonna give the transfer of powers to you, Joseph.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
There you
thank
go.
you very much
So
like that.
we got a story entitled GTA. 90 videos of in development footage from Rockstar's game's secretive next Grand Theft Auto game were leaked on Sunday morning in one of the most shocking data breaches in gaming history. The footage confirmed reported details about Rockstar's next game, but more gravely appeared to be part of a plan by the leaker to extract money from the game makers. A person calling themselves Teapot Hacker, posted a link that leaked to the leaked footage on the GTA forums in the early hours of Sunday, saying in a later message that they grabbed the footage via Rockstar's employees Slack. Rockstar Games have not confirmed the leak, but YouTube has removed some clips, citing copyright claims by GTA publisher Take-Two Interactive. The online reaction has been crazy. Many people saying how bad the game looks, despite the game still being in development.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Leaks like this are like, I don't know how to feel about leaks because obviously they're still in development and video games take a lot of time. So I don't know how to feel about this leak.
Yeah, that's the whole. We're in my wheelhouse now.
Come on,
the
Joe.
whole thing about leaks is you got to take them for you have to look whenever you go into them, you have to look like, okay, this is a quote unquote leak. It could very well be fake unless you have multiple credible sources to back it up. Like, for example, this is kind of relevant because of the Nintendo Direct that happened last week. There back a while ago, now that we have Breath of the Wild 2 Tears of the Kingdom, back a while ago there was a quote unquote leak of the game title back when we just still called it Breath of the Wild 2, called Breath of Evil. And now we can see, luckily, that it is something completely different. So that is like the one bad thing about leaks, is that whenever you see them, you have to take them with a grain of salt.
So here at the Morning Boss, we got everything. We even got gamer news. So yeah, we got sports, we got entertainment, we got politics, we got everything.
We got
So-
crazy axe people.
Crazy
axe people.
Crazy axe people.
We got people that ran out of gas. Get gasoline, please.
Yeah, get
Please
gas.
fill up your gas tank. Don't do crime.
Yeah, it's
Don't do
very
crime.
important.
I did
please.
feel like that's something I would need to say this morning, but don't do crime.
Don't do crime, please.
And if you
Don't
don't get caught.
yeah, don't carry
Just don't do crime.
Yeah, don't do
don't
crime.
do crime. Don't
Fully, it's a
carry
joke.
don't carry weaponry like
don't
axes.
carry
Like don't
Listen, and if you do,
Don't
don't.
Yeah.
don't. It's not necessary.
get,
It's not
get
necessary.
gas unless you're gonna rob a Circle K. Then don't.
Exactly. Please don't do anything that these people in our stories would do. Here at 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair.
Don't answer calls from Texas either because I got a call from that. So Yeah, I think now's a good time to close.
I think it's a
Yeah.
good time to close. Thank you guys for listening to the Morning Buzz, the Monday Morning Buzz. We're gonna keep, with the Morning Buzz Tuesday, every day, but not me. I'm only here on Mondays. My team is only here on
the
Mondays.
best day of the week.
So
Best day of the week.
it's the best day of the week because we start off the week with the best of the best.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope you guys have a great week. And as I say always, nos vemos.
Hey, you're listening to